Hey out there, y'all. How you doing? Hey Haley, hey Kirsty. Welcome. We are going to be doing some painting tonight. Hope y'all had a wonderful Sunday. Mine was very chill, per usual. No major updates on anything on my end. But I hope y'all had a great Sunday. Hope it treated you well. We're actually not starting with painting today. I have this little damask stencil here that I made. So I'm going to be transferring that a few times on all these little diamonds that you can kind of barely see there to make like a damask wallpaper pattern. And then I'm going to paint that in. So it's slightly a bit of a drawing tracing bit today, but it has to be done. And then after that, I'll probably work on the flower pots kind of in the middle of the painting here. Anyway, glad to have y'all here tonight. I swear I unmuted myself. I think it's because I ported some scenes over. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, my starting screen, I think I unmuted, but not the camera screen. Thank you, Kursty. Anyway, what I'm doing today is I'm painting white over these little diamonds. You can kind of faintly see them here. They look like little peacock feather designs almost. But what I'm going to do is paint those white and leave them showing just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this little stencil that I made, this little damask type wallpaper stencil, and then I'm going to layer that over, and then I'm going to paint each one of those in each one of these little spots. So that is the plan. But first we have to paint in the white here to cover up these diamonds enough to not have it interfere with the pattern, but to not like erase it completely, you know? So it's gonna get covered, so I'm not worried about it looking like great. I'm just worried about coverage. But I hope y'all had a wonderful Sunday. I hope it was good to you. We're gonna be listening to some Chrono Cross music, extended versions with some rain, because I'm feeling the rain today. Kirsty, I sent you the simple panels in Animal Crossing. Hopefully you got them. I sent them, I don't know how long ago it was. Not too long ago. Yeah, Haley, so what I was trying to do yesterday is, I appreciate you waiting up for me, but yeah, I'm trying to be better about like posting whether or not I'll be on that night, which I'll probably do in the Discord if I make a decision or I don't like pass out in the middle of the day. But I spent yesterday and a good chunk of today setting up a Windows Boot Camp drive for my Mac, so that I can still play 32-bit games and maybe do Among Us with proximity chat. Hey! You're welcome, Kirsty. I forgot you were gonna send me the points. It's only like a couple hundred points. What's a couple hundred points? I appreciate it though. I never redeemed the, oh my god, there's like a bunch in here and I didn't redeem. Some smoke-free encouragement from a past couple streams. Take a sip. I now have a hydrate command. Smoke-free encouragement. There's your painting stream. Got it. And your order. Got it. I did. I think I need about 10 to 15 more. I actually put some of them out today, Haley. It was awesome. I appreciate it. I will send you some tickets, basically. Actually, I mean, I could probably send them here in a second while I'm waiting for this paint to dry, to be honest. I'll do that. Because I'm going to need about 10 or so minutes for this to fully dry before I can do anything on top of it. Yeah, you can still slightly see it, so this is good. Changing up the living room and bedroom in your house and the black panes just weren't working. It's funny how like such a small touch like the accent around a panel can totally change things, but it totally can. That is what decorating is all about. It's those minute differences that add up to a complete aesthetic. That's why Animal Crossing's so good. When you finish, you'll show me. I'd love to see it. I feel like now that your town's back in biz, I'll have to come by and visit. I don't remember the last time I went to your town, to be honest. Hey, Jacina. How you doing? Just doing some light fills on this area. I didn't like the little peacock feather design things that I had, so it's going to be replaced with like a damask pattern. I don't know. I mean, it kind of looks good with solid white. It's kind of nice to break up some of that space because the rest of it's so busy. After my F-Switch died, started playing WoW at multiple friends' requests. Oh my god. Getting sucked back into WoW after the update, huh? You're obsessed with Minecraft now? Been playing it with Gator, Jacob, and Hostage. Oh, it's Gator's birthday today? Oh shit. It's actually Alex's birthday. Was it yesterday? I saw in Discord today. So if Alex comes by, we have to wish happy birthday. I did, Jacina. The woman figure, I actually used myself as the figure model and changed myself into a woman. But yeah, it's all from up here. Aside from the human figure, which I did have a reference photo for. Let's see. Yeah, Alex's birthday today. He had his little birthday celebration. They had a little piñata for him. Oh my god. Never mind, your husband's on the Switch. Hyrule Warriors, huh? He's back at it. To be expected, right? Some of these songs will probably have abrupt endings because they are extended versions. So if the song ends suddenly, that is the YouTube video. I'm trying not to use copyrighted music today, which is hard for me, but probably should. Just go with the video game stuff. I just don't know about like the DRM free or whatever, DMCA free like music. None of it. I've tried listening to some of it. It's not really my bag. Which is a bummer, but I'm a snob, I guess. Or I know. can't blame him. My wife is a goddess, so I'm for him. Don't be a suck up. You're still the one who has my heart. Aw, yeah, he doesn't have to. I mean, he does have to do something right, but it's already in the bag. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. Zeb flirts with everyone. That's Zeb. Zeb is a huge flirt. Even I get flirted with, he says. I said, well, I appreciate it. Lunia, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're out there having a great night. Ooh, take a sip. It's seltzer water tonight. It's they were out of my favorite flavor, which is the mandarin orange. So I had to settle for lemon lime, which is okay. It's basically just like Sprite with no sugar. Took a sip of your drink as well. Nice. I should probably get some. I mean, actually, I think I have an actual water. Uh-oh, did my husband throw my cup away? I think he did. Oh no. My trusty styrofoam cup. It's gone. I'm just now realizing it after sitting at this desk like all day today. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, the yellow note paper's to cover up her boobs. Because Twitch is weird about boobs. Bunch of kids, you know. Boobs. Yeah, I wish I could take it off, but it's most people probably wouldn't report me, but all it takes is one person, so I'd rather not risk it, you know. What do y'all think? Do you think I should do this damask pattern? It might be a little too busy. I don't know. I had it all ready to go, but now I'm like second guessing it. I kind of like the empty space though. Kind of like it's a breather. It wouldn't be that hard. Basically, I have it like traced on both sides of the paper. So I just put it down, trace it one more time, and then it'll show up. The graphite will show up. It's really busy. That's why I'm not sure. Like, there's so much busyness everywhere else. I'm not sold on it, but I figured I'd prep it just in case I wanted to use it. I don't know. I could go either way, honestly. What does the painting represent? Someone asked me this on another painting, and honestly, it's kind of oh, I almost missed. A lot of my paintings are just like expressions of color, and I don't know, like I don't know. It's hard for me to like articulate exactly what it means, you know. Don't know why you're feeling really happy right now. Oh, I don't know. My favorite late night stream, me. What did I say when the other person asked me? It's something like, I guess it kind of represents the joy and the exploration of an idea, which is the painting on the wall, coming to life, you know, through the brain and like in the environment. So it's kind of like just an expression of The joy of creativity. Getting a little Bob Rossi there. Oh my god. Favorites. Oh my god. No, me? Y'all are crazy. I feel like such a lazy ass when I stream because like I haven't done much to improve my streams in like quite a bit, you know? Like I've gotten emotes, but in Allie's stream she said she's thankful to you and Zeb. Aw, for bringing you to them. You're amazing, Kursty. Zeb's community, I am lucky to have you here. Same to all y'all, Haley, Jay Cena, Doublethink. Y'all are great. I'm happy to just chill, relax, and talk about whatever, or just chill, you know? If you're not in a chatty mood, that's okay too. Sometimes silence is medicine, right? Allie's great though. Allie, Zeb, Magma also streams. Magma Mouse. Who else from Zeb's community streams? Teo also streams. I don't know if T-Bone does. I would watch T-Bone if he streamed for sure. Cookie D. Yes, Cookie D. Definitely. Cookie D's great. Cookie D is so dry, which I, of course, enjoy. I'm all about some dryness. Like, I don't know, he's just very nonchalant, I guess is another word. Like, can't be bothered. So what did Allie play? Allie must have played some Among Us last night or Jackbox or something. Plus they play a lot more community games, which is nice. I'm a little like up in the air on the community games because I find it hard to get groups pulled together, you know? Sometimes I just feel like joining other people's community games. Oh, she played Jackbox today and ended about an hour ago. Nice. When she told me she was a kindergarten teacher, I was like, so much respect. I went to school for art education, but decided I don't have the fortitude for it. Just so we can spam fuck you T-Bone in chat. I was the first streamer you watched, for real? Oh my god. I indoctrinated you into Twitch? The slippery slope. The first streamer I watched, I don't think he streams anymore. Good night, Lunia. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit. I appreciate the follow. I hope you sleep well, and thank you again for stopping in. Alien Tonex is the first streamer that I ever watched on Twitch. He was the first person that I ever like consistently watched. This was back in like 2016, maybe. Yeah, he was streaming earlier this year when Animal Crossing came out. Then he kind of disappeared again, but Alien's great. I don't know, he'll probably come back at some point, maybe. But he's great. Very chill guy. Very real. Isn't afraid to talk some shit and talk some truth, which I appreciate. Needed help with flowers, you helped me out and enjoyed the vibe so much. You kept me here. Oh my god. Animal Crossing, bringing people together. That's what Animal Crossing's all about. That's the true tea of Animal Crossing. Alright, I'm thinking, surprisingly, I don't want to do the Damask pattern. I don't think I want to. I think I'm going to cancel that. You're the first streamer when you search Minish Cap. Oh my god, Minish Cap brought you here. I love to see it. That's why sometimes playing like a little off the wall games that maybe only have a few viewers can be very like, I don't know, like it's interesting what games bring people here and what games ultimately bring people here that stay, you know? I like Zelda games, so you'll see me play more Zeldas. But before I did Minish Cap, Jacina, I did Breath of the Wild, Link to the Past, original NES Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and I was gonna do Wind Waker, but it didn't work on my computer, which is another reason why I decided to get Boot Camp. Which, don't tell Alex, I'm gonna surprise Alex. We're gonna get Wind Waker working. That's what we're gonna do. Shit's gonna be nice. Because I really wanted to play it, and I got super bummed when I got to that one part and it just crashed. But yeah, I got, so what I did is I spent, hey Lou, I spent like all day figuring out how to create a Windows Boot Camp drive on like a little hard drive that I had laying around. So like I can start up my computer and boot into the hard drive's Windows, and then I can just use that, like use my computer like a Windows machine from the little hard drive I have. I tested it and I was able to get Steam running. I was able to get Among Us running just fine. CrewLink I think is gonna work. And I tried like Portal 1 and Portal 2, those worked as well. And so I'm hoping that I can get Wind Waker to work as well, but we'll see. I'm gonna test it before I like try it on stream, because I tested like the first 30 minutes off stream to see if it would, and then like an hour in is when it crashed. So this is looking great. Hey, thank you, Lou. I had some like wallpaper designs there, and I was gonna do like a damask wallpaper design, but I've decided, since the rest of the painting's so busy, that like nice clean empty white space, like her body is clean empty white space, but that, I think it just needs that little bit of like balance there. So I'm gonna leave it plain white, I think. I do have green screen. I do. I actually, you know what, I shouldn't reveal this, but all I really did for my green screen is I went to Michael's, which is like a arts and crafts store, and I just bought a bunch of like chartreuse green poster board and tacked it up. So like it wasn't even, it was like $15 or whatever, because I'm crafty. And thank God my husband doesn't care, because it looks real trashy, which is also why you never see me without the green screen. I was like, how can I get this effect without spending like over $100? And then I was like, oh, just make sheets of green poster board and tack it up, and that's it. That's all you got to do. And then you do the chroma key, it works just fine. Yeah, so I got it actually under 20 bucks. I probably could have bought less of it, but I wanted to be really thorough. So like the entire corner behind me is like greened from floor to ceiling, basically. Alright, so we're gonna have to do another coat of this once it dries. I'm getting paint on the table, which is fine. My husband said he doesn't care. This was his dining room table. My desk is like a big dining room table with like my monitor on the right side and like a big TV in front of me. What are you talking about? I made my own green screen with like cheapo green poster board from craft store for like $15. Because I didn't want to spend like $200 on a pullable green screen or whatever. It's not portable. Hey Alex, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I saw your message in Discord. Your little party looked so precious. Love it. Just love to see it. Your little baby animals treated you so well. I hope it was nice. Birthday hype. Yep, I hope it was a good one. Did you have to work today? I guess is the real question. Spent time with family, nice. You love to see it. I guess because you just, I don't know, it's just one of those things. It's like kind of a, what's the word? It's like a slang, like a turn of phrase that just, I don't know. It means you're just happy for somebody, I guess, but it's just like a cuter way to say it. Oh, you requested it off in advance. And it's paid. Hell yeah. Paid vacation time. Yeah, somebody gifted me a sub to Pumpkin as well today. But I didn't get on Twitch until like 30 minutes before I was supposed to start streaming. Hey, time off feels so good. It really does. It really, really does. That was one of the nicer perks of my previous job, even though I didn't really use it a bunch. I cashed it all out at the end, and thankfully, they ended up actually paying me all of my vacation time. After I was like, you're shorting me 20 vacation hours. Because they made me sign an agreement. Y'all know the story. It's a fucking nightmare. 3 subs, hell yeah. That's what happens. I think the more time you spend on Twitch, the more likely you are to be gifted a sub. And it's like random channels. If you spent time in those channels and someone just picks random subs, especially if it's a smaller channel, you're more likely to just receive that gift sub, which is super cool. I look very small. Yeah, I'm smaller on the painting streams because I don't, the focus isn't like on me, it's more on like the painting. So I try to like put myself down in the corner and kind of out of the way of the field of vision a little bit. But I'm significantly smaller on the painting streams. Oh, you're 26. Oh my god. Access to the Minecraft server. Hey. Aw. Do you have Java Minecraft, Alex? If you do, I can definitely give you the link. No one's been getting on it, so I haven't been keeping it up like constantly. Because I'm running it on like a personal machine. Not like paying for it or whatever. You don't? Aw. Well, JCina, I guess I'm gonna have to give you your 5,000 points back. Nobody has Java Minecraft. I think Java Minecraft was like when it first came out. I think once a Windows and console version came out, everyone just kind of went over to that. Yeah. That's what I think been keeping most people from joining it. It's like no one has the Java version of the game anymore. It's not even that it's outdated, it's just, I guess it's not as user friendly. I like it because it's pretty easy to mod and it runs very quick and snappy. You prefer the mobile version? I can't imagine playing on anything without like keyboard and mouse on that game. God, these plants are rough. Anyway, we're just gonna probably be doing a lot of white fills tonight, mostly, I guess. Because I've really gotta like get a nice, clean, solid, crisp looking white. You actually look younger than I am in real life too. Oh, face reveal. People tell me I look younger, but that was when I was still in my 20s. Have I revealed my age to y'all? I have, right? I'm so old I actually have to think about how old I am. That's how old I am. I have to do the math. I'm sure I've revealed my age. I can't believe you prefer the mobile version of Minecraft. That blows my mind a little bit. I've heard Alex's voice too, because we played Fall Guys together. And we were terrible. We played Fall Guys like twice and kind of, I guess, mutually decided like, hey, this game's kind of too hard for me. You love playing games on mobile? I've been thinking maybe I can get Dead by Daylight to play on Boot Camp. I could buy it on PS4 eventually. Yeah, the good days of Fall Guys, that like little 2-week stretch where we tried it out and were terrible. I wish I could give it another chance, but it's a little beyond me at this point. You know how when you put a game down and then it's just like, once you put it down, it's like so hard to pick it back up again. It's like that with so much stuff, but... Hey, Egret! Yeah, we're doing art tonight. How you doing? How are you and the babes? They getting sleepy yet? It's not sleepy time just yet, I'm sure. Because you're on the West Coast, right? Oh, they are asleep. Nice. Time to relax. I don't know what I'm... Oh, you're in Louisiana. My husband's from Louisiana. He moved away from there when he was 18, but he is an original Cajun man. He is from New Iberia, which he's told me is near New Orleans, but not like that close. Hey, Gator. I heard it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Also, hello, Collie. Celebration. Cajun, huh? Yeah. Oh my god, Kursty's got all them emotes. So cute. I hope your birthday was chill. Hope you got at least a little bit of time to relax and unwind. And I know you've been going through some grad school stuff and it's been interesting times, but I hope you had a little time to unpack. Told your cousin you'd walk around at 5 in the morning, but you overstretched. Woke up at 7. I mean, surely someone will understand you couldn't get up at 5 in the morning. Oh my god. Sometimes I'm like still trying to go to bed at 5 in the morning these days. My sleep schedule is completely wrecked. Actually, last night I was in bed by 2:30. It was very chill. Carly and I are eating dessert and watching you on TV. Oh my god. Watching me on TV? On the big TV? Oh my god, I'm so honored. New Iberia is 2-ish hours away from New Orleans, south of Lafayette. In Baton Rouge, but your family's from Lafayette. Yeah, he said it was like sorta near, not really. Kind of like out in the middle of the cut is kind of how he described it. He showed me a picture of his house. I guess it's still there, which is crazy. Your sleeping schedule is so bad right now too. Last night, it was actually a miracle. I was asleep by 3 a.m. So I might be getting back on track. We'll see. I didn't wake up today until like 10 though. Oh my god. My husband came back into the bed this morning. Because he usually falls asleep on the couch for like his morning, afternoon nap or whatever. But he came back into the bed and his hand was so cold. It woke me up. I screamed and then I couldn't go back to bed. Like I legitimately yelped. Like, ugh, what are you doing? Oh god. It was like ice. It was like he put ice on my body. I was not prepared. I mean, I can't replicate the scream because he would wake up, but it was loud. Gotta mute the stream for a little bit. Sister-in-law just showed up. See you in a bit. Yeah, Gator is one of your favorite streamers. Gator's great. Haley has like 20 favorite streamers. Which is fine, which is great. Have as many favorite streamers as you want, Haley. That's what I say. Whoever you like to watch is your favorite streamer. I say, knock yourself out. But yeah, my husband woke me up, which is surprising that that's what woke me up. If he hadn't done that to me, I probably would have slept till like noon, even though I went to bed like at 3. I guess I really needed like a longer chunk of sleep, you know? You're really digging the artwork? Thank you. I wish I could reveal her, but I can't for Twitch reasons. 20 favorite streamers who she wants to kill in Minecraft. Murder is her love language. Haley's vibe is intense. I haven't played Minecraft with her, but I was there when she wanted in and started killing people. And I tried to tell her, don't be so angry. You know what, Egret, this painting is actually like super duper old. I started this painting back in like 2012 and finished it actually pretty quickly. And then I looked back on it this year and was like, ooh, this is really sloppy. I should like sit back down with this and go back into it because I looked at it like more critically. And I was like, oh my god. Like there was none of this little bits of rainbow stuff. Basically, it was how it is now, except it just it was like a little more bare. There wasn't all this busyness. Like there was still all these giant circles and squiggles, but none of the small stuff. I'd say at this point, it's actually pretty close to done. I want to do something more with these plants. They're just kind of imagined plants. I don't really know what I wanted them to be. They kind of look like corn, but I don't know what they are. I should try to make like cooler looking plants though. I would show you all the, well actually I guess I can pull up a picture of it. Let me make sure I have, oh wait, I can't. Actually, yeah, I can, hold on. Hold on. Gator Stumps just made you be in my top 1 fave streamers on Twitch. Don't make me make you lower on the list. Oh my god, threats. Yeah, hold on. I can pull up the male version because I have a male version of this painting, but it's really big, and I can't really show that one either. I think I have a picture with the naughty bit covered up on that too. Hey, Magma. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up this one randomly. Sorry, my audio cuts out when I switch scenes because I did some tinkering in OBS today, so it's a little, I haven't like gotten it all figured out again. Steve and I sanded some stuff for face shields for his work. Oh, it's in your nose. Oh my god. Oh my god, Haley, holy shit. What? A gift sub. Oh my god, Haley, gifting a sub to Gator. Thank you, Haley. That's very sweet of you. Gator, enjoy that gift sub with those cute little Kurt Bear emotes there. Let me see if I can find the male version of this painting real quick. Ooh, Haley, you're giving some people some emotes too. What is that? What is that? A pizza? A pizza emote? Oh, it's like cupcakes or something. You know what I've been craving is some pineapple upside down cake. I don't know why. I think because I usually have some for Christmas. It's just like popped into my brain a couple days ago. And I'm like, sounds so fucking good. Oh man, where did I save this picture? That is the question. I really need to go into my my like dropping folders and work some things out because it is a mess. Where is it? Pineapple upside down cake. It's so good. My mom makes such a good one. Maybe it's in here. Hold on. Oh my god, the sad Chrono Cross music. It's so good. Alright, it's not in there. Shit, where did I save this? I think it's on, it might be on Twitter. Oh wait, the non-edited. Yeah, here, just go check. I'll just link to the tweet. It's the easiest thing to do. It's on Twitter. It's like my pinned tweet. Yeah. Actually, the pinned tweet zooms right in on the peen. So that's pretty neat. You don't like pineapple, but like pineapple cake. Here's the tweet. Caution. Naked parts. Oh, you don't have Twitter? Well, when I find the actual picture somewhere on my computer, I can put it in Discord. I'm not going to search for it forever right now, but I'll go back to it and try and find it. Anyway, those are both in progress. This one and the male version. The male version is like huge. It's like 4 feet tall. This one's much tinier. It's like the size of my forearm, basically. Not very big. But that one, I don't know what I was thinking when I made it so big. I kind of regret it. Scandalous. But yeah, now that I've finished... God, I finished Chrono Cross and I finished Minish Cap in like a week period. It's like all I have on my docket right now is Animal Crossing and Among Us on Friday nights. We'll get back to Zelda very soon though. I don't know if I'll end up getting through every Zelda, but we're gonna get through as many as we can. Thank you, Egret. I appreciate the kind words. I try. All these paintings that you've seen are like, it's taken me years, but once I actually start like devoting time to it, I'd say each one is probably between like 50 to 60 hours of work. But as you can see, I'm using like the tiniest brush I could possibly use for this. I just find it very relaxing, I guess, to just work in such a small, particular way. Even though it may not be the most like gratifying thing to watch, it's really nice to do. Try Digimon or Mega Man and Digimon. Digimon? Really? Oh, and yeah. Eventually I'll have to like start really branching out. Honestly though, like going through a bunch of Zelda games and just like placing them randomly throughout while I play lots of Animal Crossing and cycle through other random games has been pretty solid. Like it's taken me a year to get through a handful of Zelda games, Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, almost 1,000 hours of Animal Crossing. Majora's Mask. Yep. That's coming up. It's really coming up. We're getting that shit working. I played the updated version of Majora's Mask. I have it on 3DS. But I never beat it. So I've never actually beaten the game. And I'll be playing the original 64 version when I stream it. Which I've heard is actually harder and like way more weird and menacing. Gotta go eat. Enjoy your lunch, late breakfast. Think for you. Ocarina of Time randomizer. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. I really should figure out how to do that. I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't tried to crack down on that shit yet. Probably should try to do it before they do. Oh my god, it would take me so long to beat a randomizer for Ocarina. Oh my god, I would die. It would be on Emu. Yeah. EMU. I sold my 64 years ago. A regretful decision that I lament basically once a week. I even sold my Wii U. Because I was like, oh, all this stuff's coming on Switch. Psh, who cares? I was wrong. Dead wrong. Sold mine and then rebought it during Retro Gaming Expo. I sold it to my local retro gaming store. They gave me a pretty penny for it all. But I had like a Fire Emblem game that's now worth like $400, apparently. They do other randomizers if you're more comfortable with Zelda games. Yeah, I've seen Link to the Past randomizers. I think if I do a Zelda randomizer, I'd probably start with Link to the Past. Just because I'm way more familiar with that game, like, as a whole. I don't know where all the chests are. Like, I'm not a big secret hunter. But in general, I understand, like, where things are going to be hidden much better in that game. And I definitely don't remember all the, like, little secret caves and shit in Ocarina. Like the little holes in the ground and stuff. Yeah, and my Wii U games got stolen. The only one I think, yeah, I told that. It was, Pikmin 3 was still inside the Wii U. They took all the games, but didn't take the Wii U. And they took the PlayStation 4. But they didn't even touch the Wii U. That's why I think it was probably children. Because they took such weird shit from the house. PlayStation, pot, and a box of literal pocket change. And like, well, actually no, they took my brother's laptop too. I was just talking about the stuff they took from me. But they did take some other stuff. Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer Discord if you're interested. Yeah. You only know Ocarina of Time randomizer because Flux plays them. Oh, I would definitely do an easy. I'm a baby. I think Ocarina of Time, it took me like... Because I hadn't played it in so long, it took me like 8 sessions of like 2.5 hours. It was I took a long time. But I guess a randomizer would be a little different. Like you could potentially beat it a lot faster just by virtue of what you get. You'll be RB. Alright. Enjoy your thing. Wonder, like, the most crazy randomizer has to be like Wind Waker, right? Because that world is so spread out and huge. We're going around in circles in the Forest Temple. What did I... There's always one temple where I just completely forget what to do. Or just can't figure it out. In Ocarina, it was definitely Forest Temple, which is surprising because I actually got through the Water Temple pretty smoothly. And that's always the one that's, like, tricky. I just remembered the Water Temple's all about recursion and, like, doubling back and approaching from different angles. That's like the theme of that particular dungeon. never played any of the Zelda games, but love watching them. I love playing them. The only one I haven't played is Skyward Sword, but there's quite a few I haven't beaten. Well, no, I haven't played Zelda 2 either, if we're counting that. They are fun to watch, though. There's something comforting about like the formulaic nature of it. About how it's predictable, but still like fresh if you're playing a different game. Oh my god, though. Playing Minish Cap, the last boss was legit ridiculous. I know it was not actually as hard as I was making it, but boy did I suck at it. I was awful. Vati kicked my ass. Oh, we gotta skip this one. I'll get copyright. Even though the company who flags this on YouTube flags another song by the same name. Yeah. So they're flagging it just because it has the name of one of their songs. They're not actually checking that it's one of their songs. They just flag it. Fucking assholes. Minish seemed underrated. It really is. It is a super solid Zelda game. I would rate it, I mean, I think Link to the Past is like the perfect 2D Zelda game when it's all boiled down to its essence. Like, I mean, Link to the Past is where it's at, really, but it's a good variation of it. I would say it's like comparable to Link's Awakening, even though I know like a lot of people love Link's Awakening more. I would say just the style and flow of the game is comparable, even though Minish Cap's a little more fillery in the middle. Sky Temple was sweet, yeah. It really did have some pretty cool temples. The one that tripped me up was like the ruins. I had trouble finding like one key in there that was not telegraphed very well. But I also was like, I mean, I wasn't paying attention, I guess. What do I want to do to these plants? Like, I made them these weird, like, egg shapes, but I could just cover that up. I don't like them, really. The ones I did in the male version are like little rainbow bonsais. These are much more like simple. Maybe if I add like some smaller pods and just more leaves and accents, they'll look better. I don't know. I feel like it already played this. Did it already play this one? Oh no, it didn't. It played the other Arnie village. Little dots, yeah. I hesitate to put petals on them because I think they'll look too juvenile. But they need something. They're definitely lacking in something. Just can't quite put my finger on it yet. I'll spend like 3 hours staring at it trying to figure it out. I kind of feel like maybe I should color them in, like not have them be white. Yeah, like cattails, yeah. They do kind of have a cattail vibe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe just fill them with tiny little dots. Add some smaller little pods, some extra... I don't know, maybe I should take like a dry brush and dab. I don't know, I'm gonna have to play with it. I'm gonna have to like probably paint one as a test and experiment on it. Do it on like a separate sheet of paper or something. I like those suggestions though. Because I don't want them to look how they look now. They're too like bland. They're too flat. I almost want them to look like they're about to bloom, is kind of what I'm thinking. Like buds, you know? Like a lily that hasn't opened yet or something. But the problem is the shape of the plant's nothing like a lily. But I could just make them like more bushy, you know? I definitely painted them with no type of plant in mind. It's not usually, I don't usually advise that. It's good to have some kind of vision in your head. But I was young. Hey Kirsty, welcome back. I've just been doing white fills between all these plants. Family randomly showed up. Don't these people call? I'm kidding, if y'all can hear me. You're great. My family never shows up at my apartment. White fill is soothing. It is so nice. I'm deep in a zone. This white is really streaky. I know you can't really see it on camera because the camera's reflecting so much, or the painting reflects so much light. You can kind of see how it's streaky up here because I just covered that. But yeah, it's really streaky. I just realized up here I didn't do any of these extra like white lines. Like there's a white line on the side of this squiggle, on this one, but I didn't do any of that up here. Oh, I did it here. I have to go back and fix that. That's what I said. Steve's family used to show up unannounced, but you ended that quick. Call me, yeah, don't. No one should ever show up at anyone's house unannounced, especially like younger people. Like, okay, maybe an older generation would be okay with that, but I don't think anyone under the age of like 40 is really down with that. Also calling. Like if I don't pick up a call, don't come back, or don't come over. What capture card do you use? What mic do you suggest for beginners? So I use the Elgato HD60S, which is compatible with Mac. That's why I got it. I use a Rode NT USB mic, but it is, I think it's a condenser mic. However, if I actually, like when I get a job and I can afford to get more streaming equipment again, I want to get the, I think it's called the Rode Procaster, which is kind of expensive. Hold on, I'm Googling it to make sure I'm getting the name right. Yeah, the Rode Procaster is about $230. It's like double the price of the Rode NT. But it's a dynamic mic which picks up less ambient noise around you and like focuses in on the tunnel of your voice if you're like right in front of it. So it has a shorter range like around it of what it picks up, but it's like a richer sound. And it's pretty good for like a cheaper dynamic mic. So that's what I want to get. Right now I just use the Rode NT with like a noise gate and noise suppression to keep it from picking up as much background noise, but it still picks up quite a bit of stuff. Like you could hear my neighbor working in her kitchen like the night before Thanksgiving or whatever. They normally call, but some drama you won't go into happened. Oh man. The drama never ends with family. Oh my god. Trust me, I know. I also will not go into that. That's sticky territory, but you know. He never had an issue with it, I do. Your house, you rarely wear pants. I will 100% open your door without pants or bra. I'll stare you in your eyes. I mean, I feel that vibe. I wear, yeah. I mean, yeah. 100%. You have a compressor, noise gate, and noise suppression. Yeah, I use noise gate and noise suppression, and I think gain, just a little bit of gain. Because I don't want it to like cut off my words. Yeah, I find a lot of stuff on screen to be very distracting. Like, I just want it to be chatting and the game or the activity, you know? It doesn't need to be much more than that. But that doesn't really draw people in, which honestly is fine. But I think like the flashy transitions and the animated graphics, like it's great. I think it's cool that people do that, and it definitely is like a certain type of thing. Yo! Speaking of animated graphics, I did that one myself. Kurt. Reach out and touch Kurt. He's so cute, doing the little wiggle. Thank you for the bits, Lou. 100 biddies. You live on the other side of the country away from your family. Live near your husband's family. My husband's family partially lives in Louisiana. His sister lives in Greensboro, which I think is like, it's like an hour and a half from here. But he's not, I don't think he's super close with his family. He moved out when he was 18 and he's like in his 50s now, so you know, that ship has sailed. Everybody's got their own lives going on. I'm somewhat close with my family. I won't say I'm super close, but they all live in the city. They all live in the Charlotte area, but I don't get out much. And both my parents right now are pretty much locked down. My mom doesn't have health insurance until mid-January because she retired early, so she can't get Medicare until then. And my dad has a lung condition, so he's really locked himself down and is not going out like at all. I haven't seen him outside of like going, I saw him, he really, because we hadn't seen each other in months and months, met in like a parking lot and talked a space away from our car windows kind of thing, but they're they're in their 60s, mid to late 60s, so they really gotta take it easy, but they're both retired, so that works in their favor. Voice is so beautiful to listen to. Oh my god. Sometimes I feel like it's super nasally. Oh yeah, for sure, Gret. He said he was never stepping foot back in Louisiana, so I don't know if that'll ever happen. I think going to Louisiana would be pretty chill, but that's up to him. We haven't been on a vacation in like 4 or 5 years. One, because I've never made enough money to be able to afford it. I actually was doing really good about saving money because last year I paid off my student loans. So I actually, like, before COVID happened, I was able to save up a pretty decent amount of money. I never thought it would happen, but fortunately I have a husband who's like been feeding me for years. So that definitely helped. I paid off a car like 3 years ago. Oh my god, these Chrono Cross songs are the shit. I swear, this game is the best. But I've taken like a little 1 or 2 day vacation to like go see a concert in the mountains, which is like 2 hours from here. That kind of thing, but not like a vacation, Would you move to Canada? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Maybe if my husband retires and somehow, I don't know. He really wants to get a house, which, we'll see if that happens. I kind of think of it this way, like, when my ass gets home, the moment I'm not at work, I'm on vacation. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I'm not at work, I just basically check out and I'm in my own little bubble. Don't bother me kind of thing. So, I treat every day like a vacation. But Canada, Canada would be nice. But here's to hoping we get some kind of, like, comparable socialized medicine and some legalization, and then suddenly America's not looking so bad. Will that happen? I don't know. I would love to see it happen though. I'd love to see those colorful houses and cemeteries in Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana's got lots of personality, but there's a lot of places, just like, honestly, there's so many places in America that are like even like an hour from here, you drive and it's like, you can tell it was a really beautiful, pretty town back in like the 50s and 60s, like bustling, industrial, factories were there, and now everything just looks so run down in a lot of places. It's like that faded Americana. And that's like everywhere. At least in the South. In North Carolina, I see it all over the place. And it's kind of charming and kind of beautiful in like a sad way, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of places in this country that all kind of are like this homogenous rundown, and it's just, fucked up. It's like left behind. Cemeteries are really fun. There's one in the small town you came from, so fascinating to look at. When your mama buried at is great. Cemeteries are actually very relaxing places. Like, sometimes silence is golden. Sometimes silence is perfect. And while it is sad, like the reality of why that place is there, it's still like, there's like a serenity to it. Look up Rain. Your husband, oh, he probably knows it. It's not far from his hometown. The frog capital of the world. There are frog paintings everywhere, really? Mardi Gras, oh yeah. Louisiana does have that cuisine. My husband makes a mean jambalaya. You really want to visit Nashville someday? I mean, yeah. There's just so many places like Nashville, I feel like isn't that exceptional. I lived on like in like the Appalachian Mountains in like western North Carolina. And while it's beautiful, I don't know. I guess Nashville's bigger. I never actually drove my way over to Nashville, but I have been there. I think I went there when I was a kid, but well, it wasn't a remarkable place to me, but then again, you're a kid in Nashville. Honestly, there's just so many American cities that are like the same. And I think Charlotte suffers from that. It's just kind of there's just not a lot of personality in so many American cities. Frog paintings on the overpasses side of buildings. It's awesome. Yeah, I grew up in Charlotte, which is in like the foothills. So North Carolina actually has like mountainous region, foothills, flatlands, marshy area, and coast. It's got like a little bit of everything. So I'm in the Piedmont, which is kind of like still rolling hills, but not really like very shaped. But I went to college in the mountains. So I was up there for like 5 years. Took a little longer. BRB bedtime for the little one. All right. Do you feel connected? Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up in the suburbs of Charlotte. So I definitely feel more connected to like Charlotte than anywhere else in the state, but living in the mountains was very nice. If I was gonna, I don't know, if my husband and I were gonna move to a different region in the state, I would probably want to go back to like Boone Mountains area. But he has like a very established clientele here because he's a hairstylist. So it'd be really hard for him in his 50s to build up like a whole new business and clientele, you know? So we're pretty much locked in at least to the Charlotte metro area or surrounding counties for the most part, which I'm fine with. Do you like Noda? Noda's nice. Noda's pretty charming. It's definitely the most charming part of the city. It's been deeply gentrified in the past few years. Like, it used to be a very affordable place to live, and then it got gentrified, and now it's like absurd, ungodly how much it costs to live there. Like a little teeny tiny 2-bedroom that's like half the size of this apartment would be like at least $200,000, and this is not a big apartment. Thoughts on Raleigh? Honestly, Raleigh, Cary, Durham, is not that much different from Charlotte. Not that much different. I don't see much of a difference. Gotta go great. All right. Mwah. Get that laundry done and get some good rest. Yeah, the Triangle's not bad. They get a lot of good like shows, concerts when, you know, we can go see concerts again. A lot of good music and stuff passes through there. It's got a lot more like culture just in general compared to Charlotte. Charlotte's like a banking city for yuppies and bankers. So, you know, like art isn't a focus as much here. It's a very kind of like bland place, but it's like a suburban sprawl. But I mean, the Triangle suburban sprawl as well. It just has like more distinct pockets of like culture. Haley, I'm sorry, what? You don't know what you're talking about because I'm Canadian. Well, what am I supposed to say to that? I didn't ignore your Nashville message. What you talking about? Ignoring your messages. What you talking about? What messages? So all those cities blend in. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, it's kind of like when people think of Charlotte, they think of the Charlotte metro area, which is like Charlotte and a bunch of surrounding suburbs. The Triangle's kind of like that. Like it's 3 cities all within like 30 to 45 minutes of each other, so it's kind of all one big giant metro area. So it's not that they're indistinguishable, but there's just, I don't know, they all blend to me. You like country, Haley? You really like country? Oh my god. Not a big country guy over here. I can't do it, except for like Dolly. But I mean, who can't do Dolly? Dolly, you're a huge fan of country. No wonder you want to see Nashville. It makes more sense now. Nashville Broadway. Check out Dollywood. I had some friends who used to work at Dollywood. They said it was terrible. But they were like huge jam band hippie stoners, really out of place in Tennessee. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not doing the damask pattern. I like the empty white space. Big follows. Man, these bots are relentless. Every day a new fucking dash over a different letter so they can come back in here. I'm not clicking your fucking link, man. I don't give a shit. You could see me as a New Yorker. Oh my god, really? I'm kind of shocked and perplexed. Me? New York? Oh my god. I'd never go outside. I mean, I never go outside now, but I feel like everyone in New York would comment on my accent. Because a lot of people down here are like, are you from the area? I'm like, yeah, I grew up here. Like, really? You don't have an accent at all. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't have an accent. It's because you just have a heavier accent. But no, I definitely have one. Pink takes Manhattan or Pink in the Big Apple. Oh my god. Pink goes to Dollywood. New York, I would be so overwhelmed. That would be such intense visual stimuli for me. I hope y'all are enjoying the rain over this extended Chrono Cross playlist. Every Chrono Cross song dragged out for like an extreme amount of time. So good. They actually made them pretty seamless too. I'm impressed. Usually they cut really bad. Manager goes there sometimes for corporate stuff, and he said he fell out of his element and overwhelmed. Yeah. I mean, if you're not used to that, it's like a whole different world, I'm sure. I've driven through New York City, but I didn't get out of the car. But we literally, I don't know why, I don't know why we drove through. But we did. I think we went across the bridge for sure. I don't know, it was when I was like a teenager, so. Nothing wrong with New York City, lots of drag queens there. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just like super expensive. Everywhere is expensive to live these days though. Unless you're like in the Midwest. And you ain't catching me in the Midwest. Alright, I've almost got all this white between the plants. You gotta sleep. Good night, Haley. Thank you so much for the gift sub to Gator. I hope you get some good rest, and I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Sleep tight. Went into the Gucci store with a coworker and felt poor after seeing suits and rich people buying stuff as if it was a Dollar Tree. Yeah, the disparity is shocking. Like, oh, this person just spent like $20,000 like it's nothing, and it takes me like basically an entire year to make that much money. Or to make, you know, they spent that one trip to the Gucci store as what I make in like half a year or whatever. As a manager, probably a little more than $20,000 a year, but still. The point stands. Cali would be cool too if it wasn't so expensive. Yeah, I guess there's not really a cheap place to live in California. I don't know. I've never been out west. The furthest west I've been is, geez, maybe like, God, I don't even know. Now that I'm thinking about it, not very far. Like Michigan. Something like that. So, basically been on the East Coast forever. At least we're both Southerners. Yep. Texas is a huge place. Texas is like kind of almost, I mean, it is the South, but honestly, it's very unique in almost its own region in and of itself. It's way more distinct. Like, Texas is a place in America where I would consider, like, sure, there's probably cities that are similar to other cities, but it has a distinct, different visual element to it that, like, a lot of basic cities on the East Coast don't have. Takes 12 hours to traverse from southernmost tip all the way to the Panhandle. Holy shit. Yeah, I could get across North Carolina in about... We're about 2.5 hours from the beach and about 2.5 hours from Asheville. Asheville's maybe... There's like a corner near Asheville that's a little bit further. I'd say probably maybe 6 hours to get from like the farthest end of North Carolina. I don't know. If you're going from like the corner where Asheville is to the Outer Banks, probably would take an extreme amount of time. But I'm not sure. 12 hours is crazy though. That's pretty damn big. Alright. I'm just gonna refill the peacock feather area one more time up here with a bigger brush. And then move on to something else. What North Carolina beach do you go to? I've only been to like Holden Beach, which is and the Outer Banks. I'm not a big beach person, honestly. I'm more of a mountains guy. I love Asheville and I love Boone. Outer Banks is really cool though. It'll all be gone not too long from now. Enjoy it while it's there. Ocean Isle was your family spot? Where is Ocean Isle? I don't even know where that is. You got Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia. Virginia Beach is alright too. It's a little more like touristy, Myrtle Beachy, which is not great. Prettier than Myrtle Beach though. Oh, it's south of Wilmington. Savannah, Georgia is really pretty too, but like I prefer Savannah to Charleston, I'd say. I don't know. I don't really like South Carolina. I don't like going there or being there. To me, it's a drive-through state. Tennessee, I've never made it to the far western part of Tennessee either. I've been in eastern Tennessee a lot because Boone is like less than 30 minutes away from Tennessee. There's some really pretty random hole-in-the-wall towns in eastern Tennessee near Boone. Wonder if that's how North Dakotans feel about South Dakota. I don't know which is the more populous Dakota. I have no idea. Probably South Dakota. I don't know. There's a pretty big distinction between North and South Carolina. But the Dakotas, I don't know. Honestly, the Dakotas should just be one fucking state. Let's be real. Why do they get 4 Senate representatives? Mind-boggling. Like the least populated area in the fucking country. Stupid. What's a state you always forget exists? Oh God. I know a pretty decent amount of states. I'm trying to just like roll through a bunch. Maybe like Indiana. Your favorite barbecue? Oh man. I mean, there's some really good Carolina barbecue. I think in general, some of it's a bit overrated. I mean, it's just like vinegar and meat, but it's pretty fucking good. I like a vinegar sauce that's not super vinegary. I do like a bit of sweet and tanginess to my barbecue sauce. You always forget I was thinking Delaware, but I don't know. Delaware is definitely a drive-through state. So is like Connecticut, but those names stick out more to me because I guess they're somewhat close by. Maybe like, oh, maybe Kentucky. I don't know if I could ever, like, I actually have a friend from college who moved to Louisville and has a house there, which I mean, it's cool. I don't think I'll ever go to Kentucky, but I'm glad some progressives are moving there. Somebody needs to, I guess. Not me. That's for sure. I don't know, like, specific name of barbecue I like, though. Alright, this song has to be close to over. And it's got like a minute. I'll just let it go. I wish I could play the original version of this song that plays in the title screen of the game, but that one actually gets muted and copyright infringement. I guess that's like the one song they don't want you to play. It's so good though. Hey Bacchus Bull, this is acrylic paint on Yupo. Yupo is like a plastic paper, like a synthetic plastic type of paper, but it's got a bit of tooth to it, so you can actually like draw on it. But this is all just acrylic. I was gonna do little damask wallpaper designs in these white areas, but I'm kind of digging like the breathing space because I actually had some patterns in here, but it looks better without the patterns. It's like there's so much other stuff going on now that this just feels better. Watercolor is tough. Watercolor is really hard. Watercolor, this takes patience, but watercolor takes like patience and skill, and you have to like watercolor also takes a lot of foresight. Like you have to know what order to do the marks, where to do the marks. If you make a mistake, you can't take it back. Watercolor is like the ultimate painting medium. It's hard. I don't even fuck with watercolor. It stresses me out. Do you use any medium? I only really mess with acrylics. Right now I have like a huge pile of Yupo paper I'll be using for years and years and years. I like the acrylics on it because if I wanted to, I could literally take my fingernail with this Yupo paper and like scrape off something, or I could just paint over it, which makes it an extremely delicate thing. Like this painting could be damaged very easily. But I don't know why I like it. It's smoother than canvas, so it just goes on really well. It's like painting on like a poster basically, but it's like paper, but it doesn't ripple, or like, you know, it doesn't ripple because of the water inside the paint or anything. It stays totally flat. It's really nice. I really enjoy it a lot. I like acrylics and oils since you can just paint over mistakes. If I did oils, I'd have to do them on canvas or something. I don't think they'd apply properly to Yupo. But you can use like an alcohol ink and stuff on this, which has like this really interesting kind of textural effect. Do you frequent Michael's a lot as an artist? I try to use the local store here a lot, which is called Cheap Joe's. But Michael's there's like a Michael's 2 minutes from my apartment, so I have been there a handful of times. Because Cheap Joe's is like 30 minutes away across town. Yeah, Cheap Joe's started in Boone, which is where I went to college, and then they made a location here in Charlotte. You bought from Cheap Joe's online? Nice. Yeah, they're pretty decent, like, brand. Hey, Kursty, welcome back. Your local is, I don't even know how to say that, Utrecht? Utrecht? I'm sure I butchered the hell out of that. What you been up to tonight, Bacchus Bull? How's your night been or your day? I don't know what time zone you're in. You got a phone call from a friend who wouldn't shut up. A phone call? I'm surprised people our age still pick up phone calls. You're such a good friend, picking up people's phone calls. The only phone calls I basically pick up these days are from my parents. And that is just the sad truth. Honestly, a lot of my friends don't really call because they're busy. They got their partners, they got their lives. My ass has just been unemployed and bored out of my mind. Just got back from work eating burritos. Your day's alright? My day was good. I finished off my leftover chili that I made earlier in the week, which was nice. I didn't waste any of it. I spent the whole day trying to get a boot camp thing working on a hard drive I have laying around. I have a Mac, so I was trying to get boot camp up and running on like a little external 1 terabyte hard drive. And I think I've almost got it figured out, but it's honestly a huge pain. Because, I mean, I guess if you're just partitioning part of your computer's internal drive, it's not as bad. But I didn't do that. So it took almost all day. We'll see if it actually pays off. I don't know, this computer, I just bought this Mac in like January. So I'm pretty much settled in. The last iMac I had, I kept for like a decade. So I'm hoping this one lasts just as long. But some of the choices Apple has made in the past like couple years regarding their operating systems and what they support is kind of like, I just was like ready to try boot camp. I can't even run 32-bit games on this fucking computer, so I was like, this is such bullshit. Like, games that would easily run, they just won't, because Apple decided to remove 32-bit app support from the entire operating system. Dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. So I may be able to like actually dabble in some PC games in the not so distant future, but I don't know. I might have to get like a better solid state drive or something, because I don't know if the hard drive I have will like work for games. No, so with boot camp I would have to shut the computer down, restart it in recovery mode, and then choose the startup disk, which is a separate hard drive that I just plug into the computer, and then it boots into Windows like as a separate thing altogether. So what I did is I just downloaded a couple apps, and oh, that just reminded me. I had to use a free trial of an application to do a virtual machine, but I don't need that anymore because I got it on the drive. So I actually need to like delete that. But yeah, I just booted up and it's suddenly a Windows computer. But if I want to use it properly, I'm going to have to like buy a copy of Windows, and I'm going to have to get a new mouse because this Apple mouse is shit in Windows. It is absolute fucking garbage. It sucks so bad. It's like embarrassing how bad it is. And there's like an app, if you want full functionality with your Apple mouse, there's like some subscription app if you want to use your mouse properly with all its proper functions. It's like $12 a year or some dumb bullshit. So I think I'd rather just buy a new mouse, even though it's more expensive. Anyway. Yeah, it's called Magic Utilities. So I use an Apple Magic Mouse, which is basically just like a flat screen. Like there's nothing on it. There's no buttons. It's just like flat, and then you can like touch scroll on it like a touchpad or whatever. But none of that works in Windows. So somebody released an application that's like a license, like software license per device for your Apple devices to run on Windows. It's like, why not just buy a new fucking mouse? So I'm just gonna buy a new mouse. I'd rather do that than, I mean, it's like $25 for 2 years, but I don't know. I think a better way to spend the money is to just like spend an extra $40 or whatever and buy another mouse. It's dumb. I think you mentioned Discord, but you updated your paths because you got tired of looking at the default brick path. Nice. What did you use? KK's playing KK Birthday, the only song you were missing. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not expensive. Like, for 2 years of mouse functionality, not bad. But if I'm gonna actually try to, like, game on boot camp, I probably shouldn't use an Apple mouse anyway, right? I mean, let's be real. The mouse is not built for games, 100%. There's little messages on the side from your villagers wishing you happy birthday. I know, it's so cute. Birthdays in Animal Crossing are the best. That's how I celebrated my birthday this year. My birthday was back in May. It was great. So precious. They're so cute and sweet. They're like real animals. Their love is unconditional. Well, except you have to be there to receive it. You have to sign into your game. That's the only condition, I guess. So I guess it's not truly unconditional. But still fucking cute. Adorable. Even Tom Nook. Aww. Even Tommy. I'm gonna need a little bit more white paint. Trying not to use any more. But I'm almost out. What is this music? This is Chrono Cross. This is from the valley between Arnie Village and Termina. The Earth Dragon Isle. Some of the best video game music of all time. It is such a good song. It's the only one that gets muted and blocked out on YouTube. So I can't play that one, but it is the best. Actually, my favorite from Chrono Cross is Another Arnie Village. I just find that one to be the most relaxing. I'm also playing like thunderstorm sounds on top of it, for extra chill vibes. You know, that was the last, well, no, I finished Minish Cap, but I just finished Chrono Cross earlier this week. I replayed it for the first time in quite a while. I love that game too. It's so good. I think it's the hate for it is kind of softened in the past couple years, but it used to get a lot of shit. Precisely for its huge cast of characters, but I think it's an interesting structured game, and it flows almost as good as Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger flows a bit better story-wise, and it's more like obvious and, you know, just a little more of like a friendlier presentation. But Chrono Cross is really good. But yeah, I just beat it. I got the whole VOD on my YouTube. I've been uploading every single VOD to YouTube since I started streaming. There's a couple I didn't put up, but like a handful. Were there multiple endings? I think there might be multiple endings for New Game Plus. Honestly, don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Ooh, the blue rock guitar. What did you get out of your piñata, Alex? There are multiple endings, but one of them's just a good ending, one of them's a bad ending. But I don't know, there's probably multiple endings if you do New Game Plus. Okay, I don't want to listen to Termina for 15 minutes. I will skip this one though. Oh, you had the physical guide? Oh my god. I bet that thing was ridiculous. I loved playing New Game Plus to get all the characters. You don't remember what you got? I think in my piñata it was birthday cupcakes. Okay. I really should do some more white fill on her body as well. Her body's very streaky. Oh, you did get the cupcakes? Maybe that's all that's in the piñata. You got cupcakes in yours too? Maybe that's all that they give you in the piñata. It'd be cute if it was something else next year. Maybe they'll surprise us. Oh, you're supposed to give them to the villagers that didn't make it to the party. I didn't know that. I just kept them all. I kept them all and put them in the in my kitchen on my shelf for display. I really want to paint her, but I can't take off the sticky note. Conflicted. I know what I can do while I think about it. I got a little bit of silver. You can't, I don't know if you can really tell. This looks white on the camera, but it's actually like white with silver, like it was silver, and then I did these white, like concentric squares to give it some texture. So I'm gonna do, I want to redefine the silver in there. I also want to do silver on the frame. Do some like silver little wood grain lines on there. Yeah, so it's a little reflective, which is why probably, maybe if I like cover it a little bit, you can see it a bit better. Yeah, you can kind of see it if I cover. So I'm going to do some silver around the frame to make it pop a little better. Since I covered all that with white, I'll let that dry. Oh, they'll give you a gift too? Oh my god, I didn't know that. So more paint y'all can't see, basically, is what I'm doing tonight. This is how all my painting streams go. It's like 40 hours of me like just doing, and then suddenly it's done. It's like such a slow process. World's tiniest brush. I gotta cake it on to make it show. Hey, enjoy your lurk. Tried it out, it was cute. Thank you, Bacchus. Take it easy. I have to like look at this from an angle, otherwise I can't see where I'm putting the silver paint. So you're gonna be getting like the top of my head. A lot of the top of my head. Maybe I should mix this silver with like a little bit of a color on the frame, make it pop a little bit better. Maybe like a pink. Hey, Pumpkin Queen. How's it going? I gotta tell Das Rissa, thank you for the gift sub to your channel. Oh my god. I saw that. I think I got it right before I started streaming. Oh no, it was, oh god, it was 6 hours ago. Oh my god. It's already 1 o'clock. Holy shit. I haven't done anything. Oh my god. What the hell? How you doing, Pumpkin Queen? How was your day? my god, I can't see these lines. The silver paint's kind of hard. Hard to use. Maybe the square's mostly fine. Maybe the square's good. Or the cube, rather. It's a cube. You did Twitch Sings today. Oh my god. Alright, Lou. Take care. Mwah. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna whisper. I'll probably whisk it. Or, you know what? I'm sure I'll catch Dasrissa in your stream. If I don't, then I'm just gonna have to whisper instead. That was very sweet. You know I'll be back. I've been trying to get on Twitch a little bit more in like the afternoon, evening. I usually watch more Twitch like early in the morning when I wake up. When I like don't want to get out of bed, but I just want to like sit on my phone. And like right before I start streaming. And I know you're usually, well, for you it's like early afternoon, but for me that's like dinner time, like 6 p.m.-ish. That's when I usually see that you're on. But I don't have a lot going on these days. In terms of my husband just usually gets home around that time. So if I do watch people, it's usually on my phone. Which, typing on your phone, it's just not as good. I feel like streams, while you can watch them on your phone, just feels better when you get to watch it on a bigger screen. It's just not always possible. My husband has to get home and watch his YouTubes. Yeah, and plus, I mean, I don't think the Twitch app has been as bad like the past couple months, but it used to have some serious like issues in terms of the way it functioned. It would crash a bunch. I got really fed up with it for a long time. Maybe it was the Apple version of it. I also hate that subbing on your phone costs more because Apple wants a cut of it. It's total bullshit. Amazon's really mad about the cut that Apple takes. It is total garbage that they just tack on more fucking money. Because they want to. It's such crap. Honestly, I've been using Apple devices since like 2006, but some of the choices they've made in the past like couple years, I actually just created a boot camp drive on my computer like today and yesterday and today. So I just am so fed up with some of the bullshit, some of the dumbass choices. You're always on mobile. Samsung's the same, $5.99 for subs. I think Apple is like $1 more or something. Not having better Twitch TV is a real downside. Yeah, better Twitch TV emotes are pretty solid. Oh, feels bad, man. A peepo arrive and peepo leave. Classics. I don't think I installed Better Twitch TV until like a couple months ago. I used Twitch for a good like 3 years before I even installed Better Twitch TV emotes. Okay, so it's just Apple devices then that tack on the fee, which sounds right. Sounds like some Apple bullshit, so. Oh, $4.99. Okay, so it is. Yeah, that's what I thought it was like $4.99 on my computer. It's the additional settings that really sell it for you, though. Being able to turn off a bunch of the extra bells and whistles is nice. Honestly, I don't think I've ever really messed with it like that deeply. I just installed the plugin and just kind of left it. You want a new phone already? This one's 2 years. I got an iPhone 7 and it's been pretty good to me. Oh shit, I just put my finger in white paint. I don't want to get rid of my iPhone 7 because it's got the touch ID, like fingerprint ID or whatever, and I like that. All right, I think I want to add just a smidge. Maybe we'll do like a purplish color. See, I bought an iPhone 7 outright. It was like a couple $100. And then I just do a month to month. So my phone bill is only like $50 a month. I don't think it's unlimited. I think unlimited's like $60 a month. But it's nice. It does everything I need a phone to do. My iPad stopped working. I guess it was late 2019 or really early this year or something, which kind of bummed me out because I used my iPad for a lot of my like on the couch internet browsing, and now that task is relegated to my phone. So my phone's been getting a ton of use for like reading. But I don't know if I want to upgrade it. I feel like I just got it even though it's been a couple years. And iPhones are stupid. I don't know if I'll get another iPhone, to be honest. Doesn't seem worth it. It's just that all the devices in our house are Apple, so we made that decision. Ooh. Cupcakes give your villagers get you birthday items. A party wall birthday? Oh shit, for real? Damn. Saving up for next gen. Pretty much only use, yeah, I like the fingerprint setting. Wait until after you move to enjoy the low payments. Nice. All right, we're gonna do this kind of like lavender, silvery, shimmery lavender around the frame. I'm gonna do some wood grain lines in here. Going for the S10E. S10E. Honestly, I feel like with painted wood grain, just can't go too overboard, which I have a tendency to do. So I'm going to keep it very subtle. A couple of knots here and there, but mostly just straight lines. Your brother-in-law has it. I'm gonna do an upgrade. I want a Note 20. A phone with a stylus. Fancy. Alright, I gotta take a quick break. I'm gonna stretch. Probably gonna go for maybe like another 30 minutes though. I don't know, we'll see. I might go a little later. I don't know what time I started. It says I've been going 2.5-ish. Anyway, I'll be back in like a minute or two. BRB. Wait, these camera settings look different. What did I do? Oh my god, the one I'm using. Less contrasty. Oh. Done. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. And ready to go a little bit more. Oh, you thought about switching to Pixel? Yeah, I think if I switched phones at this point, I'd be so lost. It would take me forever to get, like, reacquainted. I don't know what I'd do. Be a rough adjustment period. Thank you. Hopefully y'all can actually see what I'm painting now. Oh my god. I always make my things shake. Get a little too excitable. Also, my tripod's not really mounted. It's just like loosely sitting on the table. Oh my god, did y'all watch The Mandalorian yet? I know we were talking about it the other day, I think during Among Us. Oh my god, okay, I won't mention anything. Oh my god, no spoilers. Oh my god. Also, hey, Kid Knives. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is an old piece that needed some rekindling. So I picked it back up and decided it needs more stuff. More things need to happen. I appreciate it. I'm just painting what feels good, you know? A lot of my stuff is just exercises and patience, I think is the word. No spoilers either, you still haven't? Okay. I'm zipped up tight. So I'm just doing, you probably can't really see it very well. Maybe if I put shadow on it. Doing wood grain on the wood frame. The painting frame. Well, thank you. This piece, so a lot of my stuff takes me an extreme amount of time because I just use like this micro brush for almost the entire thing, almost for all my paintings. It's like really tiny. Most of my paintings take me between 40 and 60 hours, I would say, for most of them at this point. I'll show you a couple of my other ones. What the fuck is that? What are you, little bug? Get off my painting. Why are you there? Hey, Chroma. There's a bug on my painting. You're gonna watch it all yesterday, but ended up Cookie D's stream. Playing Jackbox and Among Us till midnight your time. Oh my god, that's so late. Oh my god, I need to scoop this bug off of here. How you doing, Chroma? Luckily, I have a piece of tape nearby. We're just gonna pick him up with some tape. Sorry. Oh, he fell in the pallet. Oh my god, what are you? No, don't crawl on me. I don't want you crawling on me. Get off me. Sorry, Buggy. I'll deal with you later. Maybe he'll get out of there. How was your day, Chroma? Space boots. Oh, didn't somebody tell me they sent me space boots or something? Oh, you just reminded me that I need to send Haley some Leaf tickets. She sent me more lamps. I was so mean to her about the lamps. Oh my god, the lamps. But she gave me like a ton more, so. Oh, you just found out your job let me go. You have no idea how to tell your mom. I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks. There's no easy way to tell. You just gotta come clean and let it out. Say, you know. There's not much you can do or say. That does suck though. I'm sorry to hear it. 'Tis the fucking season. Merry Christmas, etc. All that. Being unemployed is, I don't know. I've saved up money, so I'm not stressed, but if I didn't have money, I would be having daily panic attacks. Poor Haley. I was a little rough on Haley with the lamps. She wanted all those lamps though, or all those Leaf tickets though, with no lamps in my hands. People will call it Xmas but won't want to add more X's. Ooh. Xmas. I like Xmas. I think it's underrated. Hey, Kid Knives, enjoy your alert. Más, more in Spanish. Yeah. Alright, this little side is basically done. I'd say you have to spell it out for me, but I think you already did. And the gasm emotes. So, Kirsty, were you able to be imposter a lot last night when you played Among Us as well? Because you were imposter so many times the other night. Surprised you weren't exhausted. Because, Lord, you were imposter like at least 6 or 7 times. It is so much to handle. Stressful. You got it 5 or 6. 4 in a row or whatever it was, right? Yeah, it was a lot. It is getting late. I'm gonna stop after I finish the wood grain border on this. I hate to, but I don't want to waste all this paint I just poured out, but I gotta get to bed. I'm thinking I'll be done with it in like 20 minutes. Last night, T-Bone and Ruby did a double kill in front of you and teamed up and got you voted out. Damn. They got your ass. I learned from one of my last games, like, don't trust the 2-on-1 scenarios, because I got duped, like, a bunch. And paid for it dearly by losing multiple games. I mean, not that I really care, because losing's part of the fun in that game, I feel like. You gotta be a good sport about it, because honestly, it's like totally up in the air. But I trusted like multiple times 2 people being like, yeah, I think it's so-and-so, and then it was like wrong every time. Every single time. Getting some kind of like sweet smell. Smells like a sugar candy. It was the first time you ever said fuck you T-Bone in voice chat. You were so salty. Only the first time. I find that shocking. This painting is amazing, by the way. Stuff like this blows my mind. Utterly artistically incompetent. Really? This is just an exercise in extreme patience. Actually, so is your neighbor baking? They might be. I thought it might be this purple. It is the purple paint. I think the purple, something's got a sweet, sugary. It's like, it smells like a grape candy. It's definitely the purple paint. That's so weird. It's really subtle. But what I did for this painting, Pumpkin Queen, is I took a photograph of myself because I was the only person I started this painting. I'm so embarrassed to admit this every time I do. I started this painting 8 years ago. And basically I just took a photo of myself. So I'm actually this figure, and then I wanted it to be a woman, so I just turned myself, you know, I just made my figure a woman's figure. And then I just added like I had the photo, I was, you know, staged with like my arm up here and laying in this sort of fashion, but I didn't want to do all the legs and stuff. I just wanted the legs to kind of like dissipate and be like blocked. But so I did basically just a photo of me with my arm up like that and my arm in front of me like that, and then I just did all the rest just from imagination. I think the weak point of this painting is these like plants that I did. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna fully turn them into. I don't really love them. I mean, they're okay, but something about them is like, I don't know. I'm debating like reworking them all together. Yeah, the sweet smell was my paint. It was this purple paint. I don't know if it's the silver paint or the purple paint that's causing the sweet smell. Must be whatever they use to make the pigment for the purple, is what I would guess. But yeah, this painting's around, I'm gonna say like, this one didn't take me a lot of time back in the day, because before I started cleaning it up, I probably spent like 20 hours on it, so I'm probably somewhere around 35-ish. Yeah, so I have a neighbor across the hall that's like a middle-aged man. He is alright. He's a door slammer. So every time he comes and goes, every single time, he's like a caveman. He just fucking like throws the door behind him, like absurdly loud. Like he's across the hall, and yet it somehow shakes our building. But our door is like 5 feet away from his or whatever. And he gets drunk sometimes, but he's not noisy. He just like comes and goes at like weird hours sometimes. Like sometimes I hear him coming home at 2 in the morning. Sometimes I hear him coming home at like 11. Sometimes he's up at like 9 a.m. Sometimes he's up super early, but he's like an insane door slammer. Like I've never heard someone, and it's not like pulling it closed behind you, but like literally throwing it. Like I've never heard anyone slam their door so loud in my life. I feel bad for the person above him because it's got to be way worse for them. In the voice chat, you're kind of quiet, but in chat, you're more talkative. Yeah, voice chat takes a little while to like, I don't know. I'm not I'm not a great verbal conversationalist when like jumping into other people's conversations. Like I can talk with y'all because you're typing stuff out, you're giving me things to like respond to, like at my own pace and leisure, but for verbal conversations, a bit different. All right, we're definitely not listening to this one for 15 minutes. Anyway, the neighbor above me is like she just moved in. We moved in this place in March, and we didn't have anyone live above us until she moved in like a month and a half ago, maybe not even that long. So no one lived above us for like a good 10 months. It was so nice. She's great. All she does is she gets up. She's got odd hours. Like sometimes I hear her walking around at 2 a.m. Sometimes I hear her up super early. I think she's elderly, so she just gets sleep when she can, you know? I don't think she has like a regular sleep schedule. Plus I don't know what her job is. But yeah, she just creaks. Like the floor just creaks a little bit here and there when we're on the couch watching TV, but it's nothing like living below like a family. And the only time she was ever loud was the night before Thanksgiving when she was clearly prepping food and like pounding some sort of food out on her counter. So if that's all I gotta deal with, I'm super happy with that. Super duper fine with that. Honestly, an elderly lady is like the best kind of upstairs neighbor you could ask for. Yeah, Pumpkin. I lived underneath, I think it was like back in 2012. I lived in another apartment complex, and we lived in a 3-bedroom with some roommates, and I had the master suite with like its own bathroom, and they had like 3 kids above us. Oh my god, I cannot tell you how awful that was to have an apartment with 3 kids like jumping off the couch, stomping like crazy, all hours of the day and night, waking up, screaming. I swear to God, these people, I think one of them was very young. They would let their baby play with toys in the bathtub. I could tell that it had to be something like that. I mean, I don't know obviously exactly what it was, but it was like banging around plastic toys in their bathtub. So much anxiety. Just thinking about how fucking miserable and loud it was. Still, to this day, like, makes my, you know, that little, like, feeling you get when you're just like, ugh. Oh my god, it was so bad. I will never forget how loud they were. But yeah, the kid had to have been playing with like toys in the bathtub. It was loud, like I couldn't be in my room. I couldn't hear my TV when the kid was playing in the bathtub. And of course it would happen at like 7 in the morning, 10 at night, you know, those times where you're either trying to sleep or that like those moments you get to yourself. Always fucking hated it. I don't miss that. Like, I get it. Kids are going to be loud, you know? That's fine. But letting them play with toys in the bathtub. Oh. And the walls were like paper thin. But we were probably not good neighbors. We played a lot of music to drown out the noise. And I had a subwoofer. And no one ever called the cops on us, so, you know. I'm sure, and I was like mid-20s at that point. So, I mean, I'm sure we were not great neighbors either. There's always that out there neighbor we all have. The lady below us at the same apartment, one day I was out jogging because this was like when I lived there, it was the first time I started doing exercise to lose weight. And one day I was out jogging and she said, "Hey, come here." And she had a Tupperware with like a dandelion seed in it, or you know those little floaties that come around like once a year and the air's like filled with them. She told me to come here and told me that the fairy, that it was a real live fairy. She had caught a real live fairy. I said, "Oh, that's cool. Rock on. Set it free. Don't keep it in the cage." And then I ended the conversation and left. Like I don't really know how to properly respond to that. I was like, "That's neat. Don't keep it in a cage. Don't keep it in there, it'll suffocate." Nap time equals noise time. As a mom, if I ever live in an apartment, you have to request the bottom floor. Yeah, I mean, if you have kids, that's probably the best option, because no matter how quiet kids are, there's still going to be some noise. And there's not much that can be done about it. It's not like... I mean, even people, like, even the lady who above us is super quiet and she's just walking around, we can still hear creaking. It's like, at that point, it's not your fault, you know, it's just the old creaky building. And, you know, what can you do? I mean, you can't walk on eggshells for your entire existence. But yeah, that's why we wanted the bottom floor. Because we didn't want to be like an inconvenient loud thing for anyone. And if the person above us is loud, we'll just like crank up the TV or something. And I use headphones a lot when I'm on the computer, so yeah, there was a neighbor. Yeah, there was a neighbor in here when we first moved in. They were on the 3rd floor, so they weren't like directly above us. But yeah, there was some yelling and door slamming, some locking out, some fights out in the yard kind of thing. But I think they moved out within like 2 months of us being here. It was like a younger couple. A lot of like yelling, and then one of them would like go out into the lawn, which is like in front of our apartment, and like pace and smoke cigarettes and like talk to their family on the phone to like calm them down, or to just like vent, you know. But they moved out, and they were on the 3rd floor, so it was like occasionally we would just hear like a faint slam and then some muffled voices that would get a little louder as they got like out into the lawn. But it was never like violent domestic disputes. It was just like arguing. Because if it had been bad, I would have called the police. But it was never bad enough for that, in my opinion. It was just like a couple fighting over who knows what, but not really my place unless it sounds like it's turning the other way, you know? You and your husband must be some of the most chill. I mean, I don't think we just don't make much noise. Probably the loudest we are is when we're like watching a movie on the couch, and you know, if you're watching Star Wars with the sound turned up or something, there's going to be like an ambient hum or bass, you know, rumble kind of thing. But we try not to do that after like 9 p.m. when you were in high school, you lived on the bottom floor, and the people who lived above us were college students, and they always partied, playing loud music till 3 a.m. It drove me crazy. Yeah, see, I think like when we had the loud people above us, the lady who was below us was probably hating us because we were those people up till 3 a.m. getting fucked up, playing music with the sub. I mean, we always tried to keep it very respectfully. You know, it wasn't like inviting a ton of people over. It was more like me and my roommates just getting fucked up kind of thing. It wasn't like parties. But we did play music and stuff. I've always been kind of a self-conscious person when it comes to like, I mean, I think that's part of being gay or queer, or just you're always a little more self-conscious of the way you're perceived by other people. Just in general. I'm not saying like other people aren't, but for the LGBTQIA plus people, it's just a little more heightened in that you're like always thinking, I don't know how to properly like describe it, but I've always, and maybe you know some people aren't, but I've always been someone who's just always thinking about that. So I've always been like, hey, it's, you know, tell my husband like, hey, it's 10:30, maybe we should turn that down a little bit, or whatever, you know. Oh my god, this wood grain's taking me forever, but trying not to just like be sloppy about it. Keep your head down. Yeah, it's just like you consciously are always trying not to make waves wherever you go, because people are already judging you just for like being in a space or whatever. So there's always that like your awareness is just cranked up a little bit. How's the parking situation at your place? It's honestly not that bad, but there's always been like at least one or two units in our breezeway that's not like somebody's always moving in or out. So it hasn't been that bad, but I think if all the apartments were filled, there would be a problem because there wouldn't be enough parking. But I think like me and my husband might be one of the only units here that has like 2 cars. I think most of the other people that live here only have 1 car. But they have like friends over and stuff. Yep, people still having friends over in the middle of a fucking pandemic. My ass has been inside since September for sure. I mean, I don't know. I've been telling people like I haven't been the most affected because I've been a homebody my entire life. Like even in college, I can count the number of times I went out to a bar on like 2 hands. And I was basically dragged out because my friends were like, you never go. And then I'd go for like 2 hours and be like, all right, bye. They'd be drunk as shit. I would just leave. Same with like house parties. It's just not for me. I don't know. Gamers are thriving this year. Exactly. Yeah, it's like I've always been that person that like people will invite me out and I'll be like, yeah, maybe. And then they just stop asking eventually because I never follow through. I'm so bad. But it's true. I'm if you don't know who the flake is, it's you, and I know I'm the flake. I just don't like leaving and going out. Also, spending the money. Like, going out costs money, and I'm not really like down for that. I'd rather buy a game, buy some art supplies, go out to dinner with my husband, or I'll go out to dinner with somebody. I'll go out to dinner or lunch, but like drinks and like a whole night kind of thing, I'm like, can we limit this to like 3 hours, please? Because that's about all I'm good for. If there's a commitment that's longer than 3 hours, I'm mentally like over it before I even get there. I feel like I'm not a very out there person when it comes to bars, clubs, etc. I don't know. I'm just not a great socializer unless it's in a comfort zone like this where I have the ability to like, I don't know. Honestly, the job I had, the retail job I had, did help my social skills a lot. Like my ability to walk up to someone and actually hold a conversation or go back and forth was greatly increased by the retail job. So that was like, that actually did. And I got the retail job after college. So that has like helped shape my ability to be a little bit better at socializing. But in my 20s, early 20s for sure, definitely bad. You go out for food and go home for drinks with friends, kind of social. Yeah. Yeah, I've never been a big drinker either. I've always been a smoker. So that's also played into it. Like a lot of my college friends were drinkers, or, you know, not everyone's a smoker, and I get it. But I was always more of a smoker. Like, yo, catch me at my apartment if you want to come smoke with me and chill. Just hit me up. Kind of thing. Like, I'd much rather invite people over to smoke and, like, yeah, have a drink, maybe, or even just, like, snack and watch a movie and or play games for a few hours and be like, all right, bye. Like, keep it simple, you know? You're much more of a smoker these days. Yeah, play some Mario Kart, Mario Party. Let's, you know, maybe a lot of my friends were never really, like my college friends weren't really gamers. They were more like, let's watch a couple episodes of, we'll watch 3 episodes of, I don't know, what was something that I watched in college? 6 Feet Under. Or, something like that. You're smoking right now. Being high is another reason you're quiet in voice chat. I mean, yeah. Get a little more contemplative. You're waiting for me to finish. I'm almost done. I got just these teensy little bits between these flowers and I'm done. You don't smoke indoors? Good for you. I am terrible. I definitely smoke in my apartment. Well, I haven't smoked for over 100 days. I stopped when I stopped a week and a half before I got laid off. Because I was planning on leaving that job anyway because I was so fucking miserable. But, yeah, I haven't smoked for like 100 days. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't even think about it anymore, really. Like it was bothering me for a hot minute there, but now I'm like, I'm definitely gonna smoke again, like 100%. I'm not done with it, but I don't feel like I need it Which is why it blows my mind when people are like, marijuana's addictive. Like, okay, so you've never smoked it. Got it. Sure, you get mental connections and like, you know, of course, but you can stop it. You don't own the house you live in. Oh, I've never owned any house I've lived in. I've still smoked in all of them. I don't know. I'll just dust. And our furniture's not cloth. It's like a leather couch. But my husband doesn't smoke cigarettes inside, thank fucking God, because that would actually be disgusting. By the time you figure out what's going on, voting time is over, you can't ever remember what I just did. Nice. Difference between cigs and weed is unreal. Weed is not addictive. It's 100% not. Dare fucked a lot of kids' minds up when it came to weed. I don't even know if they have Dare anymore. Probably not. Yeah, I mean, they could just tell I was miserable and I wasn't, you know, I started actually speaking up for myself, saying, oh, I'm uncomfortable running this party in the middle of a pandemic. Oh, I don't think we should be open right now. This is dangerous for the employees and for the customers. And when they basically brushed it off, I was like, okay, well, they don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about this place. And then that's where the pivot happened. Like, they were okay, like, kind of ignoring my attitude if I wasn't, like, expressing it openly. But the moment you're, like, actually saying something and pushing back, they were just, like, done. So... And so the story goes with basically any retail job on the planet. Smoke in the garage with the doors open. Yeah, I used to smoke. Well, my friends, when we went over to their place, we'd smoke in their garage. I mean, the garage has got cars in it with, like, gasoline. There's no way the smell of weed is worse than the smell of gasoline. Or just, like, you know, musty boxes, even if you're just, like, storing stuff in there. Whatever. Honestly, like, I'm sure it does to some degree. Like, it sticks to your clothing, but I really don't think it sticks to furniture and stuff the way cigarette smoke does. Because you're just not, unless you're smoking, like, you're rolling it up, then you know, maybe it'll start staining the walls and like make your clothes and all your fabrics smell like it. But if you're just doing like a little bit a day, it's basically just creating dust, and if you dust regularly, you're fine. Like, just dust, because the smoke settles, becomes dust on your appliances, TV, tables, couch, back. You know, it gets dusty, but I mean, you gotta dust anyway, so just fucking dust. near the GameStop you worked at. It was a place called Painted Earth. You get to paint your own item. You always wanted to go in and paint something. Well, I will tell you, Kursty, those places don't pay their employees for shit. And honestly, it's a lot of fucking work to work in one of those places. And the payoff kind of sucks. Most of them are staffed by like young kids, and then there's like one person doing a bulk of the heavy lifting, which is what my scenario was. Well, it was 2 people. We were like one of the busiest ones. I mean, most of those places are very small operations. All right, I think I'm done. I think I finished. Spent a few years smoking in an apartment you lived in on the daily, and it never stained. Yeah, it's like, it's not like smoke, like chain smoking indoors. You're not gonna get nicotine dripping off the walls. If you're smoking like a pipe, a couple pipes a day, and it's just like settling in the room you're in, you just dust and you're good. You don't work there. Oh, I know you don't want to work there, but I'm just saying, like, those businesses put on a happy front, but honestly, for a lot of the employees, from what I've gathered working in one and people I've talked to who work in them, they're generally like shitty to their employees. Like, overall, I'm not saying they're like bad 100%. My experience ended poorly, and I was paid shit for years of hard work that I put in there, you know? And then they basically just said, fuck you. So, I mean, my opinion will be forever tinted by that, so. But they're not a bad place to spend time with your family, for sure. They're actually it's a fun activity. It's very enjoyable. I just don't think I'll ever give another one a chance based on what happened to me. Alright, I think I'm done. Have you ever watched? I have not watched Broad City. Yeah, I mean, going to one of those places is like, you know, I mean, I can tell you most of the people in those places are making less than $10 an hour. They're not getting tipped. We got tipped at the one I worked at. We actually like ran parties and would like directly ask, which is unusual. People were a little weird about it, but it did help bring in more money for the employees. So we were like, would you like to tip today? And it did work, but most of them get paid less than 10. They intentionally get part-time hours. They get their hours cut constantly. And it's just, it's not like a normal retail job. It's not just like stocking shelves and beautifying the shelves and putting in new displays. It's like you have to glaze the stuff, you have to fire the stuff, you have to organize the stuff, bubble wrap the stuff. There is an extreme amount of labor and a very low profit margin, so they can't really afford to pay their staff a lot. Because there's just a lot of overhead and whatnot. And usually their staff is like less than 10 people. Well, so the pottery itself is prefab, like it's molded, slip casted mold pottery that's shipped in from China. Most of it's shipped in from China. And then you get the paints and the glazes, and then you just paint what you want on top of it. But yeah, and honestly, if I'm being truthful and honest here, which I signed something saying I wouldn't reveal any secrets, but the pottery's cheap shit. They'll charge you $35 for a plate, and they don't most places won't properly glaze it, so then it deteriorates very quickly. It's just not a high quality product. Crazing is when the glaze won't, like the glaze, when you're washing it and stuff, the glaze, if you're exposing it to water and heat, the glaze expands and contracts. Crazing is when you get a bunch of like spider webbing crack lines on your pottery, and then food and bacteria and stuff gets inside of that and people can't really use it anymore. And it happens to that kind of pottery that you get in those places very quickly because the pottery's cheap. Sometimes it's a highly defective slip clay that's like not fired properly or is susceptible to that because of the mixture that they made it with or whatever, the composition of the slip. And so that happens very regularly to that stuff. And it's just like cheap, so it chips very easily. Sometimes handles on mugs break off very easily because they're not very well attached. Stuff like that. You had a customer want to give me a tip at GameStop, but you weren't allowed, so you refused. The lady left and got you Starbucks and gave it to me. That's nice. Yeah, and I ran summer camps because I have an art ed degree, so I was running the summer camps there. Didn't get any extra compensation for that. Planned the whole summer camps myself, made the lesson plans, the projects, for my measly, shitty retail wage. I mean, it was good. It was good experience, you know, in terms of learning about the art medium and doing things like that, socializing, running party events, little things like that, but it was, I regret spending so much time there now, basically is how I feel about it. Everything you know about pottery you learned at the summer camp where you worked. Yeah, I heard you talking about it on stream the other day. You worked at a summer camp on Catalina Island or whatever. See, we didn't have like wheels. It was all like, yeah, like prefab, shipped in, molded pottery, and then people would just paint it. So there was no wheels involved, nothing, like no building of anything. It was honestly pretty streamlined. They had wheels and serious business kilns. Nice. Yeah, we did a lot of volume. That was the main thing about that place, is like cranking through the pottery and getting it out the door. Because we did like upwards of 500 pieces a week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're individually glazing every single thing, individually firing it all and wrapping it all in a 7-day period, calling each customer order, recalling them if they don't pick it up very quickly. I mean, it was a lot. Yeah, one of the owners was on the floor somewhat regularly, but she had office work to do, so she could only be out on the floor so much. But the thing with them was, she would be like, yeah, I'll be your second person that day, I'll help you out on the floor. And then classic rich business owner mentality, oh, I'll be out on the floor for an hour and then I'll spend the next like 3.5-4 hours in the office doing whatever I have to do in the office, which she had her shit she had to do, you know, bills, taxes, marketing, whatever. But then like one person would be left to do everything, and it was exhausting. Like 8+ hour shifts, no break, on your feet, moving constantly, no break. Yeah, 70 a day. I mean, like, and a lot of it would happen like on the weekend. So you do 400 items on the weekend or whatever, and then you'd have to spend the rest of the week catching up to that. So in North Carolina, you're not required, employers are not required to provide you with breaks. Most like corporate places will provide you with 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch, but lots of retail, like small business retail places and stuff, are not required to provide you with breaks in this state. And I was also like at the end there, I was like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go get myself some food. You know, so what are you gonna do? Basically, I was like, yeah, just doing me, and that was just too much. Yeah, in North Carolina, only so young workers are required. I think if you're under the age of if you're under the age of 18 or you're still in school or whatever it is, they're required to only work you for 4 hours, and you're required to give them a break at some point in there. But like, yeah, adults, no. Which was, yeah, it was exhausting. Like, it's not that, like, there would be days where you didn't have many customers. You'd do maybe like $500, which is like 10 tables or something like that. Maybe less than 10 tables, but you'd still be having to glaze, having to load a kiln, having to unload a kiln, having to clean the kiln room to make sure it's not a complete nasty shit show. I'd have to grind the kiln shelves to make sure that they're not getting so worn down that you can't load anything on them. You'd have to place product orders. I mean, yeah, it was a never-ending battle of like, okay, we weren't busy, but I was still like working 8 to 10 hours, no break. Being assistant manager, you didn't have one. They were refusing to give me the promotion. They still wouldn't pay, so I quit. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't at the point where I was gonna quit because of COVID. Like, I wanted to stay until basically they fired me so that I could apply for unemployment, which I promptly did. So that's why I was actually kind of relieved when they laid me off. You get a 15-minute break and a 1-hour lunch. Oh shit. Yeah, so in North Carolina, like, a lot of restaurants don't give breaks. Yeah, so you could work 8 hours, and if you say, oh, I need a break, they're not required to give you one, and you could actually get fired for taking one. You know what? Like, if the employer was a total dick. Before I go, I actually realized, ooh, this is kind of dry. I want to add a little white accent up here in the top. At your restaurant job, how did breaks and lunches work? If it was slow, I could get a break and shove food in my mouth and immediately get back to work within 5 to 10 minutes. If it was busy, you get nothing. That's how they worked. And typically, if you're just like shoving food in your mouth and moving on, you're not required to clock out. They would just like, okay, eat your thing and then just get back to it or whatever. But yeah, no breaks. Yeah, pizza place. I worked at a Quiznos back in the day. Same kind of thing. Yeah, it was, you get a break if it's slow. But I mean, a pizza place on a Friday, a delivery chain pizza place on basically any given night is not going to be slow enough for you to take a break. Unless it's like failing. Ah, sorry, I got really into that line. Oh yeah, you can bet your ass I submitted a review to Glassdoor after I left. Shit, signed agreement on that. I sure did. You know I did, and guess how many stars I gave them? Treat your employees right. No sympathy. Fuck their agreement. Their fake ass agreement. Bullshit. When you worked at Red Lobster's, always doubles. Never took a break. Between shifts, you had 2 hours before you started again. See, that's another thing about restaurant jobs too, is the doubles thing. Like, oh, we want you here all day, but we don't need you here for 2 hours in the middle of the day, so your entire day's fucked. But you can run home and get some lunch. Like, ugh. Like, you better keep me here all fucking day if you're gonna keep me here all day. Pay my ass those 2 hours. Hungry Howie's just says cons are low pay and no breaks. It sounds about right. Yeah, and getting verbally abused by customers, drunk people who would order pizza at 1:30 in the morning. It was great. There was a while you're working 2 6-hour shifts at different jobs. You ate your lunch while driving between jobs. Yeah, I worked 2 jobs for a little bit. In 2013. It was after I moved out of Pineville. I hated it. Hated it a lot. Actually, the pottery place was one of the 2 jobs because I was only getting like 20 hours a week there at the time. They always gave you a free meal. Oh yeah. I mean, when I worked at Hungry Howie's, I could not eat their pizza. I actually found it viscerally inedible. But like at the Quiznos and the other pizza place I worked at when I was a teenager, oh yeah, I ate free all the time. I don't think it was supposed to be that way, but I'm not paying for fucking food. Whatever. You're not gonna underpay the shit out of me and then make me pay for your food. Get fucking real. 2 jobs. 2 years at 2 jobs and 60 hours a week. Do not recommend. Yeah. I think combined both of my jobs were around 45 to 50, so it was not that extra 15. 60 is intense. I can't even imagine. I did pull some 60-hour weeks at the pottery place around Christmas though, a couple years. I feel bad for the girl who stayed. and his assistant manager there by herself now without me there. But this is a COVID Christmas, so I don't know. I don't know what it looks like, you know? Could be different. You'd always get something different, so if you didn't like it, I didn't waste my money on it, yeah. Yeah, a restaurant I work at and I'm in every day for like 40 hours or whatever, 30 something hours a week. You're not going to convince me to pay for your food. It's not happening. Minnie! Used to pull in overtime the weekends, Friday to Sunday. Yeah. Pizza at 1 a.m. doesn't sound too good unless you're completely shit-faced. Then it's everything you need and more. Especially not Hungry Howie's pizza. Don't do that to your body. Instant regret. You're exhausted. I'm sorry to hear it. Every day is exhausting these days, I feel like. Okay, I'm just like biding time here. You're not shit-faced, it was free work pizza. Well, free work pizza is a different story. As long as it ain't Little Caesars or Hungry Howie's, it's probably fine. Hungry Howie's is like Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Like, don't, unless you're feeding like 6-year-olds, don't buy Hungry Howie's. Don't spend money on that. I implore you. Beg you. The flavored crust is gross. Ugh. Makes me shudder to think about it. Anyway, I think most places, I think Hungry Howie's is regional. The manager used to let all the employees take the leftover biscuits. Nice. Cheese biscuits. Best part was brought home 2 pizzas and Mickey just walked in carrying 2 from work. So y'all are set for a couple days. Well, I guess, I mean, I could probably eat, if it was a good pizza, I could pretty much eat a pizza in one sitting if I wanted to. I would probably be painfully bloated for like 30 minutes afterwards and writhe around in agony, moaning in despair, but I could eat a whole pizza. You work at Fazoli's, he works at Sam's Club. I've been thinking about applying to like Costco. I'm gonna try Costco, the post office, maybe just like some kind of delivery route type job. I don't know. This reminds me of Little Caesars. Yeah. It's terrible. That is Hungry Howie's. You hate to see it. Take a sip. Oh, my drinks. Oh, actually, there's a little bit in here. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. That's it. Pizza. Getting hungry now. We're giving you the munchies. That's why I try to keep healthy snacks like grapes for my late night munch attacks. I had some grapes when I took my little break like an hour ago. Grapes, and sometimes I'll have hummus with like some vegetable chips. We're actually keeping food in the house now. We were on fast food for months, and seriously, from like May to I guess like September, around the time I got laid off, we didn't have like any food in the house ever. It was just like fast food. And like ramen. We did have some ramen. Shit like that. Fruit in the kitchen. There you go. Fruit's a good choice. Do the fruit. Kids eat everything here. Rice. Right? Yeah. Stuff will be gone before you know it. My husband is the kid who eats everything here. I'll get like all these snacks and within 3 days it's all gone. Alright, y'all. I gotta wrap up. Oh my god, it's 2:30. Yes, I'm wrapping up. I actually woke up at a decent time today. I didn't take a nap. So I think when I end, I'll be able to be asleep within like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna see who's around to raid. I don't think I didn't raid at some point this week, so I'd like to raid. Oh, you know what? Bacchus Bull, who was here earlier and who raided me earlier this week, is streaming. So I'm gonna send y'all over there. Bacchus Bull, playing Animal Crossing. So I'm gonna send y'all over there. Good night, y'all. Kid Knives, Alex, Minnie, Kursty. Haley already went to bed. Chroma, I think, went to bed. Lou headed out. Bacchus Bull, who was here earlier, who we're gonna go raid. Pumpkin Queen, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. Kursty, thank you for redeeming the painting stream. I feel like I wasn't as productive this time as I was last time, but that's okay because the painting looks better. I got rid of the background and gave it some breathing room, and I like it. I'm just noticing this area looks like a face. This looks like a little winking face over here. Okay. Alright, y'all. Good night. Mwah. Mwah. Sleep tight, sweet dreams. Thank you for hanging out. Happy birthday, Alex. Happy birthday. Glad you got to spend your birthday with us here. Animal Crossing tomorrow. Yes, definitely Animal Crossing tomorrow. I'm going to work some more on my boot camp scenario. So maybe I'll be able to play a game that I wasn't able to play on my Mac. We'll see. I'm going to try and test some things out, fiddle with some settings, and see what I can get going. So I'll keep y'all updated on that. Have a great night. Enjoy your Monday. I hope it's kind to you. Stay safe out there. And yeah, let's go raid Bacchus Bull, who was a viewer. Mwah. Good night, y'all. Sleep tight. Hey, Hostage. Bye, Hostage. Mwah. Take it easy. Just spam. Oh yeah, raid message. Just spam a bunch of hearts. Hearts or Kurt loves. Or if you have Pumpkin Queen emotes, I think Bacchus Bull and Pumpkin Queen know each other. So yeah, spam whatever emotes you got. Hearts, preferably. Take it easy, y'all.